Hey guys, welcome back to another live review. And on today's review, I am going to review Scream 2022, or like how I basically am going to call this fucking movie, Scream 5. Um, this movie is Scream 5. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm definitely gonna give you guys some time to come into into the live stream. I like doing reviews, of course, is on live streams, so that way I can actually interact with everybody. If you're catching this video later, by all means, like, subscribe. You know, definitely helps out the channel and everything. I am going to do a lot more live streams coming up. I think mostly once football season is definitely over with, I really will be doing a lot more live streams throughout the week, especially with since Robert and is kind of he's with his job and everything, so Storm's Live ain't there no more so as much. So I'll probably just do my own. Definitely like to have you guys join on live streams. Like I said, hit the like, subscribe button. Super chats are always welcome, and looking for MVPs. Uh, uh, um, Super chats will earn you MVPs during it. All right, so we're going to get into Scream here, and I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it spoiler free at the very beginning. It's going to be very brief on that, I think, though, because most people, who have wanted to see it have seen it, um, and you can't. It's hard to talk about it without spoiling it. Um, Going into Scream 5, Scream 5, like I said, that's what I'm going to call it. I One half of me was worried about it, and half of me was like, okay, I can't wait for it because I love the Scream series. I love all four movies. Some are better than others by far, but it's to me one of the most consistent of the of the horror slasher franchises, because Freddy has its really bad ones, and I'm a big huge Freddy fan. Halloween, uh, Chucky, all of them. They all got their really really bad films. Scream, even its worst one, is still very watchable. So, understandable. Hey, Poe. You haven't seen it yet, but I'm not gonna go. Like I said, I'll let you guys know when I'm gonna do spoilers on it. But I didn't get to go see it. It wasn't. It wasn't Spider-Man No Way Home for me, where I had to. I felt I needed to go see it the day it was released. Plus, my son has his basketball practice and stuff that day, so um, I didn't get to go see it until Sunday. We went as a whole family and actually watched this movie, and I walked out very happy with the movie. There was maybe some very light things that I just did not like about it, um, but in in general, I actually did enjoy the movie, and it to be even though I love four, I love four. I thought four was actually a great movie. A lot of people, I don't know what happened with that movie, where, I mean, it just did not resonate and make money, because I mean, the new one here in its opening weekend beat what the fourth one did in its entire run. So I'm glad that this movie beat its budget, which was like 25 million and everything. So therefore, I got a feeling this is the start of a new trilogy. I think they will go with a new trilogy after this one. They kind of, you get that start of it in this one as well, since it's a what they call in the movie a requel, where it's a basically a sequel, but yet it's also a reboot for the franchise. Kind of like what they did with Halloween and everything, which they do reference in this movie. Um, and it, like I said, it was great. And then the kills in this movie were just fantastic as well. I love the kills. I don't think any of them were like really dumb or stupid. I mean, basically, it's what it was. It's a slasher movie. He's fucking just butchering people with his fucking knife. Um, I felt that they could have probably done a couple creative ways to kill people, but they actually didn't do that in this movie. And I'm all right with that. I'm all right with that. You don't have to go all over the top and like, okay, I want to do this with this character. I want to make it like a Saw, where we're going here to, or like a Final Destination, where I want to go see the kills. Yeah, it's a horror movie. We want to watch the kills, but to be honest with you, I mean, you're going for the kills, but you're also going for Ghostface. You're going for the horror and everything. As far as the cast goes, of course, we got the original three coming back with Nev Campbell, Courtney Cox, and David Arquette. Of course, if you're a fan of the series like me, that's who you want to see. All the newcomers, in my opinion, are very forgettable in this movie. Um, I can't even remember hardly any of their names that were there. It was not, they're just not that memorable to me, and that was one of the bad things I think about the movie was just the fact that the new cast seemed bland. The new lead girl, she was all right, but you know, her and her sister were fine. I could deal with them, but to be honest, all the other characters were just I wasn't into them because, and I think that's where just my age and my age, my nostalgia, the everything I'm looking forward to more was the legacy characters. Sydney and Gail and Dewey, and that they were the ones I was more interested in this movie. Um, and to be honest, I think they had the better stories. Um, yeah, the kills were badass. There was one real good kill, a couple good kills right in the middle of the movie. Um, and that made it really, really good. Not so much at the end. The end was very lackluster for me. I wasn't the reveal of the killers and everything. I wasn't a fan of. I didn't like how they did that. You, I basically went in and guessed the fucking killer before the fucking movie. Um, I was like, I bet this character is the killer. And I always know that they always going to put a secondary one in there, but I never could guess who the secondary one was. But as you're watching the movie, I was like, I kind of already had got an idea who these characters was, or who the killers were probably going to be, um, just because of the situations that they were in, and some of when some of them are alone and everything, you know, together. So it just kind of it gave you a clue, but it did have you guessing sometimes, second guessing on it. Hey, David, how's it going? Nice to see you, man. Um, Poe, the opening, there was always a opening kill scene. I actually liked what they did with the opening in this movie. They actually did it's an opening, you know, Ghostface scene in how it opens, but they twist it a little bit. They do something they haven't done before with an opening. And I thought that was actually very interesting, and it actually makes you think. You know, could this person even be the killer? You don't even know. They actually make it where you think that maybe that person is the killer as well. So, yeah, definitely, I like the opening. The, the opening, the middle were my favorite parts. I think of the movie. The ending was a little, like I said, lackluster for me. I wish I would have had a different ending and a better approach. I think on that, but again, the movie was great. Was good. I walked out of it very happy. David says unable to see any new stuff, but I hear it replaced No Way Home at the top. Yes, it did. This movie made 30 million, over 30 million, and was number one this weekend. And No Way Home dropped to number two, to 20 million, and also No Way Home is sitting at number four of all time in domestic here in the U.S. Was over 700 million now. But again, this Scream movie also one of the not the best opening for the series. It was close to what two made, um, but it was. I mean, it made more money than its budget, which was 25 million. So therefore, I got a feeling we will get another one. And the thing is, it made in this weekend what four made in its entire domestic run, which is hard. That's bad. And like I said, I like 4. I really did like 4. So also, you guys, will be tomorrow. I will have the Scream rankings. I wanted to get the review out before the rankings, so I will actually do my ranking video, and I'm going to post that. I had another video that I had planned for today, but I wanted to do Scream. So here's me doing Scream, and and then of course I wanted to do Scream ranking, of course, after Scream. So I'll have all that planned. That's what's coming out, and then I'll have the Batman video that I'll have. Probably it'll probably be Friday, because I'll probably keep the Scream ranking going. I won't release one on Wednesday this week. So David says, "Hey, it made a billion. No Way Home made it what it needed. Yeah, it made a billion worldwide, but like domestic, it's 700 million. It's number 4. So Poe, did it beat the Halloween last year with opening? No, it did not. Halloween Kills made a lot more, and what was sad about that is Halloween Kills is an awful movie. I I despise that movie. It was not very good, and it let me down so much. But and the fact it was on streaming. You can watch it on, I think it was what was it, the Peacock? Yeah, Peacock Network streaming. So yeah. Well, I was like, what the fuck is going on with my TV? Um, so, but yeah, but it was a Scream. This Scream movie was far superior to that movie. Now, compared to the prequel of Halloween, which came out in 2018, that's a good question. I would probably put Halloween better than this, though. I probably would. Um, Even though I like this movie, I walked out. To me, if you walk out of a movie and you're still thinking about it the rest of that day, the next day, then you like the movie. If you're still pondering like different things that happen in the movie, then you like the movie, or you're at least trying to understand the movie or anything. Oh yeah, Mystic Shadows, this is live. I am doing this live. Thank you for coming in, sir. So yes, just reviewing Scream. Now I am. Let's see where we at. 4 more minutes, then I'm gonna start spoilers. 4 more minutes, and I'm gonna start spoilers. So if you guys haven't watched it and you don't want to be spoiled, hate to say it, but you might want to come back to the video later. If not, if you're okay with being spoiled, then stick around. We'll definitely keep chatting about it. I do want to know if you guys have seen this movie. What did you think of it? I want to know what you guys think. Leave it in the comment box. Leave it right here in the comments. We'll talk about it live. If you're catching this stream later, leave it in the comment box below, and I'll reply to you. We'll go over what we think of Scream. What is if you've seen this movie, rank your Screams. Rank them in there. You guys will see my ranking video when I release it tomorrow. Um, so I'm not going to rank them today, because that kind of defeats the purpose of the video tomorrow. But I like to know what you guys think. Mr. Shadows, Dan, then I actually did love Eternals, because I keep thinking about that movie. Oh man, Eternals. I think I thought about it maybe a little bit the next. No, correction. No, I didn't, because I didn't like the movie. The movie was good, but it's not one I'm going to be revisiting. Spoiled us like old milk. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, I didn't like the Eternals. I didn't like it enough to want to watch it. It did just release on Disney Plus, and also where you can buy it on, like, on my Voodoo and stuff like that. But I'm gonna wait. It's gonna be like Shang-Chi. I didn't buy Shang-Chi right out. Right soon as it was available, I didn't buy it. I waited until it came down in price, and then I bought it that way. And that's what I'm gonna do with Eternals. Now, Ghostbusters Afterlife, yeah, as soon as it hit Voodoo, I bought that shit, man. I love Ghostbusters Afterlife. So, David says Scream 1 and then 2. Haven't seen it since. Really? You haven't? I don't. Like I said, 3. The third one is by far, to me, the one, kind of the worst ones. Just a lot of things bad with that movie. So you ain't missing nothing with 3. I think 4 was a great movie. I liked 4. I liked what they did with 4, because a lot of people always wanted Sydney to be the killer at one point. Well, they technically you technically got that with the 4th movie, because they took the character that was supposed to be the new Sydney, which was Emma Roberts' character, and made her the killer because she was trying to become famous like her family member. So that's kind of what you got with Scream 4. Mystic says at Scream 1, then Scream 3, then 4, then 2, and 5. Wow, you didn't like the 5th one. Wow. I've only seen a few people really not like the 5th one, the new one. Only a few. Um, Most people actually do like the movie. They actually like the movie. They do have problems with. There is some problems with it, like I've even said. Um, but it's still not a bad movie. I still would give it a 7 out of 10. 7 out of 10 is probably where I'd probably put it. You know, post that Scream 1, then Scream 2, then 4, then 3. Haven't seen 5 yet, so yeah, you can't put really 5 in, but yeah, 3 bottom. That's a hint that 3's at the bottom for me. Um, Mystic says they almost got Sydney as the killer in Scream 3. They were part of it, and then also, but they were also supposed to. Scream 3 is the only one that has one killer, and it was supposed to have two. The cop was supposed to be the second killer, and it's supposed to have been like the twin brother. That was what was supposed to happen, and you see a little bit of that in play when you watch that movie. So, all right, guys. So it has been 15 minutes. I am done with now the non spoilers. So now I am going to get into full spoilers of this movie. So, like I said, if you haven't seen it and don't want to be spoiled, come back later and check out this video, the rest of the video later, the other 15 minutes basically. Um, so there's your warning. All right, 4 minutes up. Yep, spoiler. Thank you, Poe. I appreciate that. Um, so I'll put that actually up there so that way everybody sees it. Because yep, it's a red alert. Now we're on spoilers. So 1 second. All right, so let's break it down here. Um, the beginning, like I said, they did something different that I liked, and that was the fact that they did not kill the girl in the beginning. He butchered the fucking shit out of her. I'm surprised she fucking lived. But they didn't kill her, which was actually pretty interesting. And then I like the twist that they do later on, where they make you think that one of the killers might be her. I did like that. Again, like I said earlier, the cast for the new ones were just, I was not into them. I didn't care about them. And most, when you think about it, when you think of slasher movies, you're not supposed to fucking care about it except for the main character. Um, and I called it from the very fucking beginning. I called it from the very beginning when I seen the poster, when I seen the cast. When I seen the cast, I knew the guy from The Boys was going to be one of them. I knew it. I knew he was because it just, it just, I just had a strong feeling, and it sure enough was. And it's usually like they always said, it's usually always the boyfriend. And they even Dewey actually mentions that it's always, and then it's been part of the damn, what's the word I'm thinking of, marketing for it. It's always someone you know. It's always someone you know, and of course they kept it in the circle and everything. And but yeah, I mean, I called that from the very beginning, and sure enough, I was right. I didn't like his motive, which was at the end, how he revealed himself as a killer. I didn't really care for, along with the other one, the girl that was the killer. I wasn't big on that. I wasn't big on her at all. I like how she fucking died in that movie, but was not big on it. And I also liked how I liked how the killers, how they got theirs at the end. In the end, Mystic says, "Well, I'll put it like this: Scream 1 was my favorite. Then the rest were downhill. They all are compared to the original is always going to be the best. And I mean, when you think about it, when you look in ranking movies and everything, for the most part, the original are always number one. The first ones are always number one. You do have a few where it does not do that, where the first movie is not the best movie, and very far in between. Very far in between. I would say, and they even mention that in Scream 2, that sequels are inferior to the originals. Only very few are better. Aliens, and James Cameron's best at it. Best definitely doing sequels, Aliens and Terminator 2, but I mean, don't get me wrong, Terminator and Alien are great movies as well. Um, Most recently, the Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame are better than the first two um, Avengers movies. So there's some, there as well. Captain America is better than this. The Winter Soldier is better than the first one. So I mean, like I said, there is some that are better. Post says something must be in the water in that small town. So many serial killers. Well, for the one doesn't even live in Woodsboro, which was the guy character, and then the girl did. But the thing is, it's just the way that they came together, and they use a lot of fandom in this movie, a lot of fandom, and they poke fun so much at fucking Star Wars, the new trilogy and stuff like that, in this movie, and just fandom and all in general, you know, they basically poke fun at, and it's hilarious. Um, but like I said, the legacy characters that were in this movie were my favorite parts. Yes, they didn't put Sidney Prescott as the main character of this movie. She was I mean, she only was in it for maybe, I'd think, 10 minutes. If even that. It was basically just, it focused on the new girl and her sister. The sister is the one that was at the beginning of the movie, and then damn, see, I can't even think of their names. See, I don't know her names now. The character name was Sarah, I think, and I don't know. I know. I think the actress's name is Jenna Ortega, who plays the sister, but I can't remember. Um, but they were in it, and it was the main focus was on him because again they actually mentioned about it being a requel where it's basically a sequel, which is, like I said, why I call it Scream 5, and it's also a reboot because you're focusing on a whole new character. I did not like the ghost aspect of Billy Loomis, that where she's seeing um Billy Loomis. I didn't like that, and of course they do they do go into the fact that this character is Billy Loomis's daughter. When I found that out, because at the beginning of the movie when they mentioned this, because they didn't keep that secret long, they did it at the beginning, and I'm sitting there, first thing I'm coming to mind, I was like, okay, let me think about that. I was like, I'm trying to do the math in my head. The first movie came out 25 years ago, so and he's because the whole first movie he's bitching about him not getting any sex from her, from Sydney's character. So he went out, I guess, banged other chicks, and it does show him, I guess, talking to the other chicks like in the movie rental place and stuff like that. So I can understand maybe, yeah, he's a fucking hoe and he knocked some girl up. Um, but yeah, I didn't like the ghost aspect of that. Post says, which original is better, Scream 1 or I Know What You Did Last Summer? I love Scream 1. Scream 1 is better than I Know What You Did Last Summer. And even though I, I'm I love Sarah Michelle Gellar, especially around that time when she was in Buffy and stuff like that. I love Sarah Michelle Gellar. And don't get me wrong, Jennifer Love Hewitt is fucking hot as well. Um, but I liked Scream better. And the thing is, now going forward, it's hard for me to watch I Know What You Did Last Summer without thinking about fucking the movie Scary Movie, because as I'm watching I Know What You Did Last Summer, I'm thinking about the fucking where they're making fun of it with Scary Movie, because they use a lot of Scary Movie in that. I mean, a lot of I Know What You Did Last Summer in it, so, and Scream. But that's where I like Scream 1. Are you Mystic says, are they really planning Scream 6? Oh, dude, it made it's already passed its budget, and in its opening weekend, they're going to make another one. We're going to get another one. I just don't know how soon. I really think that. David says, "Damn, it's been that long." Um, yeah, 25 years since the first Scream hit. It hit in '96. The second came out in '97, and then the third one came out in 2000, and then the fourth one came out in 2011. So, but yeah, Buffy was in Scream too, Mystic. Yep, and then she was so fucking hot in that one too. I just wish she didn't die in that movie, but I didn't like her character too much anyway. But I love the fact that they use that in like different. They've used that in different movies. That scene of her dying. I can't remember the scene in the movie that it was on. I can't remember the movie it was on. Um, but going into more like I said with the legacy characters, actually even Gail, she's only in it maybe 10 minutes as well. Dewey's the one who's in it the most of all the legacy characters, and it just sucks that what happened. Um, like I was actually meant to come on to start off and say I'm not right. I'm never going to be right now after watching this movie when it comes to Scream movies because I'm just. Uh, yes, David. I did watch the Moon Knight trailer. It was on during the football game. During halftime. I'll get to that in just a few minutes. I want to definitely hit on what I'm about to talk about, and then we can talk about that for a minute. Or send in a super chat about Moon Knight, and I'll definitely hit it then because who knows, I might actually forget about it as I scroll up here. Sorry about that. Poe says, Are you glad they didn't make the new Scream movies a TV series? To be honest with you, I didn't mind the Scream TV series. I never finished the one I think they tried to do on some other network where they actually brought the ghost face mask back. I didn't mind the TV series, but it didn't feel it wasn't scream to me, so I didn't really touch base on that one. I didn't really care. Um, it's forgettable. So yes, I am glad that they did not try to make this into a TV series. Movies are always the better end of them. But yeah, what happens in the middle of this movie? They do, they bring back um Deputy Hicks from 4 and everything, and then the now she's the sheriff, not Dewey, and that's kind of weird. That Dewey's now retired. And I didn't like what they did to Dewey as far as Gil leaving. Gil gone, um and basically he's living in a trailer and stuff. I didn't like that. I really didn't. But the thing is, the they've always teased for Dewey to die. He was stabbed and almost died in the first one. He was stabbed and almost died in the second one. I can't even remember in the third one what how close he was. I think in the fourth one he was close to. Um, to kill him in this one was oh man, God, that scene just got me, man. I was like, damn, really? When you grow up with the character, because I basically grew up with watching these movies. So when you grow up with that character and then watch them go, a lot of people felt that way with the Force Awakens and stuff like that. When, of course, Han died in that movie. So when you watch your character that you've watched the hell out of on these movies and everything, and then they die, and then of course their little trickery with the trailers and stuff, um, where it sounded like in the trailer is like Sydney, what an honor, and then this actually say that when they kill Dewey, um, was it's an honor, oh God, it just and then Gail's reaction to it and everything, it just that blew my mind, and I like I said, if you're thinking about it, you like the movie, and that's the scene that I keep going back to when I think about this movie the most is the death of Dewey. Um, and it just sucks that now for guaranteed he ain't coming back. And well, then again, I didn't think Skeet Ulrich was coming back to do Billy Loomis either. Um, yeah, it's just that scene killed me. Um, Mystic says, "Yep." After the first one, I thought he was dead. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you never actually even seen him survive. Actually, in the first one, had the knife in his back, and he never got back up. So he didn't have to even come back for the second one. They could have said, he died, but they brought him back and everything, and it was great. I like Dewey's character. I think David Arquette is awesome. Um, give me a second, guys. All right. So yeah, with the killers at the end, I didn't like the reveal. Like I said, the guy that was from the boys, he was one of the killers. And then they had this little Asian high school girl that was the other killer, and she's the one that fucking kills Dewey. Like, how does this little girl kill him? That's weird. Um, but the thing is, like, I didn't like the parts where they call, he's calling her baby and everything. I'm like, dude, she's like 15, 16. You're in your 20s. Um, jailbait much? Um, so yeah, and they got together online, um, and scream fan or stab fandom, and bitching basically because this is what the fans want. They want a refresh of everything, and they want a new. We don't want just another generic sequel. And they run that into the ground, and it was like, and I think one of the other parts that bothered me about this movie was I felt like they were checking boxes. I really did. When you sit there and you have a gay scene, you have all the minorities, you have um basically every little thing that you could think of was it was like they checked off every fucking box, just to make sure it was all there. Mystic says, "Oh, I already got that one." um, yeah, I already got that one. Okay. Um, but yeah, it was just the ending fell apart. Like I said, I love how the two killers died. I like how they did them, but I felt like the legacy characters were Gail and Sydney were wasted. They could have had them in there a lot more, but I can understand where you're moving forward, and the sixth one moving forward. Again, it was, I didn't like the fact that you've teased all this time that you've killed Dewey, you're trying to kill Dewey, and then you finally do it. I felt that should have been Gail. I've always said it should have been Gail. Gail should have died in the fucking fourth one, to be honest with you. Um, I felt that they killed Dewey to have the little girl power moment at the end where the three, Gail, Sydney, and New Girl, were all standing there, all brunettes, all standing there in girl power. That's kind of where I felt that they were doing. I felt that should have been Gail that died right there. But I understand the reason why Dewey played more of a role in it. Um, so, and that could have been like a redemption moment if he would have survived and been one that did what Gail did at the end of the movie. So, Mystic says, "I gotta say, I love the first two scary movies." Yeah, that's the only two. And what? There's no more after two, right? Because I sure as fuck don't watch them. I've never watched. I've never. Correction. I have watched three. I did watch three, and there is part of three I liked. Um, and then I don't watch four, five, or I don't even know if they even made a six. One and two are the only two I watch. Uh, Mystic says Terminator Dark Fate. To be honest with you, yeah, a lot of people hate Dark Fate. To be honest with you, I don't mind it. I would say it would be a guilty pleasure, but not that much of a guilty pleasure. Um, it pisses me off at the very beginning of that movie. It does. I don't like the beginning. I don't like what they did. And yes, it's basically the same thing what they did with Scream, where they I now see why you say it, because the whole girl power thing. You kill they killed John Connor just so they could push this girl character in, and that's kind of in a ways what they did here too. And other than that, that's the only thing I've actually seen people complain about with this Scream movie, is the fact that um they killed Dewey. That's the only thing I've seen. Really, the biggest complaint of the movie is the fact that they killed Dewey, but it showed it had stakes, and that it had stakes. But the thing is, I kind of went in expecting. I expected all three of them to fucking die because they're wanting to push it forward. But then again, I think the reason why, like I said, they did it for the girl power moment at the end. But also, you could always bring back another legacy character. That you can always bring back another legacy character, and because if you kill off your original cast and then you want to put out Scream 6 and you have no original legacy characters now to add, you're hoping and praying that you can continue. It's just like trying to do a Halloween without Jamie Lee Curtis. They haven't been that great. Only the ones with Jamie Lee Curtis are the only ones that have done great. So, Poe says I might actually go watch this in theaters. I definitely recommend it. I definitely recommend it. If you can go see this one. This is the only one. I was supposed to see Morbius in 2 weeks, of course, but they moved it to April. So now I'm not seeing a movie until the Batman. The Batman, I think, is the next movie I'm actually watching in theaters. There is some interesting ones in there that come out before the Batman. I like Roland Emmerich's movies, so I want to see Moonfall, but I'm not going to the theater to watch it. I don't need to go to the theater to watch it. They actually played the trailer for it, and I was like, okay, I can definitely wait till streaming for this one. Um, so yeah, I definitely recommend it. There ain't going to be any really good ones until the Batman basically comes out. That'll be the next big one. Um, then I think there's a couple other ones in March I want to see. March really kicks off the next batch of movies I know I want to see. So, Mystic, like who? I don't know. Poe says, "What if they bring back some legacy characters and the killer actually be one of the parents?" Well, that was what they did in this one. I mean, it was basically all the kids, all the characters that were the kids in this one. They were all kids of legacy characters. The um there was two of them that were twins that were their uncle was um Jamie Kennedy's character, Randy. So you had that. The one boy is the daughter of Sheriff Hicks, which is the girl from the deputy Judy from 4. And then there was another guy who was that was off early, and he was related to Stu. So it was like it was hard to keep track of who was related to him, because they were basically all related to him. So therefore, you had the daughter of Billy Loomis. So it was like they were all part of it. The only ones that didn't have kids were um, Dale and Gail and Dewey. Because even Sidney Prescott has kids in this movie, but they're babies. So she actually has kids now, and they didn't show them or anything like that. But yeah, yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was basically that's what they went with in this. Um. So, but yeah, it was, like I said, it was still a good movie. I liked it. I will be doing my rankings for tomorrow, so you guys can come back and check out that video, see where I rank 5 amongst the first 4 and stuff like that. This it says Randy was my favorite character. I liked him. Yes, Randy was awesome. I liked Jamie Kennedy in both 1 and 2. I and that was the thing I hated about 2, was when they killed Randy. But I can understand they killed Randy because of the stakes. To show that anybody can fucking die. Because he was the survivor of the first one, and they were building it around the other 3, the main 3. So, he was more of a secondary than anything. So and he could have died in the first one too. That was what was so weird. I did like the aspect of where they did it at Randy's house. I'm not Randy's house, but Stu's house. At the end of this one, that it basically went back to the original. They did a lot of things where it was rinse and repeat of the original, and I liked it. I actually didn't mind that because it was definitely it was a slightly different take than the original approach. What the original did. They did it again, but differently. Which was fine. Which was fine. I didn't. You see it. You see it here and there, but it wasn't like okay, wow. That looks familiar. You know. Um. But yeah, again. So I'm going to end this. In this stream, guys. Here in the next 5 minutes. But in the end, I liked the movie. I thought it was good. I definitely recommend you guys go watch it, check it out. Um, it was interesting. I liked it. I'm still thinking about it even today. So it's a day later, and I still thought of thinking about it. I will pick this one up as soon as it becomes available on stream. I got all the other ones anyway. So as a horror fan, I was down for this one. Right now, it's the only movie of the year that I've seen so far. So yes, it's scored #1 right now. Won't be there for a whole year, I can tell you that. But it might make top 10 by the end of the year. It just depends on other good movies. Um, I did like who said it? I think it was David that said it. Yes, David said it. The Moon Knight trailer. Um, I did actually go. I did watch it just a few minutes ago when it was on the TV. Um, man, I, I always thought the character looked cool. Um, from the comic books, but I don't know nothing about it or anything like that. So I don't. No, I don't. I know I'll eventually do a video on it right before it probably comes out. But it was right as of right now. I'm like okay, it's okay. It ain't like I'm. Oh my god, I gotta see this. It ain't like that. But because I watch all the Marvel shows, the only one I did not ever finish was What If because it's cartoon. Um, it was a cartoon based, and it wasn't. I didn't really care for it, even though apparently a lot of it that happened in that is going to be in Doctor Strange too. So that's kind of weird. But if you guys ain't got anything else, I am going to go ahead and call it. David says, "Yeah, I need more from a trailer to cheer for it." Exactly, and I think that's what it's going to be. I think it's going to be what I have to watch. It's going to be the first episode, the first couple of episodes. I'll definitely give it a shot. I'll watch it because like I said, I like the character look in the book in the comics. I don't know if I like his look in the fucking series though. I just didn't like it. I don't know. So we'll have to see how that goes. To see what I think about that. And then yeah. So if it's anything like Book of Boba Fett, I didn't even make it all the way through the second episode. I was already checked out at that point. I was like, this is kind of disappointing. I was expecting a little bit more. I was expecting Mandalorian type, you know, Mandalorian, I guess, and didn't get that with Boba Fett. So I'm already checked out of that. Then ain't gonna watch it. I am gonna get the two Superman and Lois here soon. So when it's about to come back on. So can't wait for that. That'll probably be my show. I'll be watching every week till then. So so I guess the first episode is out. I haven't watched it yet. um, I know it was like right around this week or next week. So yeah, I am definitely going to be watching Superman and Lois. Now that I know that it's out, if it David, did it come out tonight? Tonight? Because I want to know if it came out tonight. Then yeah, I did not watch it. I will watch it tomorrow when it hits streaming. Because I can watch it off the CW app. But yeah, and I'll probably watch it during my lunch tomorrow. So All right, guys. If you guys ain't got nothing else, I am going to go ahead and head out Tuesday. Oh, it's on Tuesday. So it. Oh, okay. So it ain't out yet. It'll be out. It'll be on TV tomorrow, which I won't be able to watch because I will be out tomorrow, and so I'll be watching that Wednesday. That is awesome. Thank you, David. I appreciate it. Hey, Poe, thank you very much, man. Thank you for guys all coming in. Mystic, David, Poe, all you guys that were sending in chats. If you guys were the only ones that were chatting with me, so you should watch now. Oh, it came out last Tuesday. Oh, you should watch now. I don't know. I'll watch Superman and Lois. Believe me, I will. I'll even if I'm 2 weeks out, 2 weeks behind, I'll get it called up. I'll watch them. So, but thank you guys for coming in. I appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, by all means, subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Till next time, guys.